Hey guys, it's the Dev Gabe here, and let's just look at these 3 pathfinding zombies. And I called the video "Connect is bad: connect," and that's what everyone uses. So what the heck are you supposed to use? Well, I'll show you. Let's just take a look at the CPU here, and the CPU jumps at 100, 100, 200. Not bad, not bad. It's not too laggy. And that's pretty good. So let's just kill these guys. But the frames are pretty bad, I killed them. Let's go to the next one. And look at how my CPU drops 60, 50. So, all right, now this uses the fastcast module. And this fastcast module always causes a lag spike. I don't know why. And it's only one module that activated. Let's go to the other one. So that's 2 other modules. And now we have all 3 of them shooting at me and following me. And, it's pretty laggy. As soon as that module connects, that's the lag spike, the initial lag spike, and the CPU jumps to 300. And I'm not going to really show you that script because, it's probably really pretty long, the module as well. But that was a lot of CPU. And let's just take a look at the pathfinding zombie, and we could just see that at the bottom of this script is just a simple, there's 2 while loops. There's the second while loop is right here for the pathfinding, and the first while loop is for, the search and attack. Now, I just got into Roam. Let's take a look at the CPU now. And the CPU for the zombies was like 100, 120, 160, stuff like that. Now look at the CPU. CPU is like 50, 60, and I have all these same, robots. This is crazy. Oh, a little jump there, but that's fine. You're gonna have little jumps in CPUs once in a while. And these guys are axe swinging and all that. They can chase me, and the CPU is still pretty low. This is crazy. How did you do this? Well, I will show you guys, and let's just start killing these guys. Get them away from me. And this is the Roblox gun kit. I modified it a little bit, so I made it less laggy for me, and I might give it away pretty soon. Yeah, I also made the railgun shoot 3 times, and it also has scope, so it's pretty nice. But Roblox did give it away for free, so you guys could get it from Roblox. And I'll give away my version for free because I did combine the modules together to reduce lag and deleted a lot of the functions they didn't use. So yeah, I think that's enough. I could clean up. Let's take a look at the connection pool module. And the connection pool module has this one global connection pool. And this basically is one while loop. And this is one while loop for your entire game. That's the crazy part about it. While those pathfinding zombie scripts were individual while loops, this module basically combines every while loop into a center while loop. And it uses heartbeat. Right here it says delta time run service heartbeat. And heartbeat is basically it runs after every physics frame. So it runs every 1 frame. And that's better than task.wait, but task.wait is pretty good too. I recommend you use task.wait when you can and not use heartbeat. Heartbeat's only for, specific code like this one. Right here is, the function that calls it. And I got the return connection pool manager, which is just returning this function right here. The main function that calls it and then adds it into the while loop. And then let's look at the control robot script. This is basically what controlled all 50 of the robots. And right at the bottom of the script, it's a pretty long script. 1,200 lines of code. Jeez. Gabe, how did you... I don't even want to talk about you, Gabe. All right, right here is, the processing speed. Right now it's set to 0.1 seconds. And the connection pool is connected, which is required from the module. And it looks pretty cool. And the one thing about this script you should notice is that compared to the zombie script, this script has no waits inside of it. Because if there was a task.waits, what it would do is basically cut off the connection pool and make the connection pool yield. So if you are going to use this connection pool module, you cannot use wait. And that's the benefit of it. if you do not use any weights, you can get to that CPU like I did right here. You know, it's pretty crazy to get 80 CPU, 100 CPU with that 50 robots when I was struggling with just 3 zombies is absolutely insane. And I was having frame rate drops until, you know, I got teleported to the robots. And I used the clocking to replace the, you know, the task.weights. So what is clocking? Well, basically clocking is, you know, getting the current clock, which is os.clock, putting it in a variable. And I called the variable, you know, what did I call it? Current clock. And it looks like I got teleported again. But, so right here, it says current clock, which is os clock, minus the last clock. And then last clock is just, you know, a stored variable for when it gets to this function, and then it stores it back to, you know, the current clock. So it might look a little confusing, but I can show you inside of the connection pool as well to see a more simpler one. So if the right here, it says current time is os clock right here, os.clock. Current time is greater than or equal to, you know, the next runtime. And the next runtime right here is a stored variable inside of this function, which is just os clock again. And what it does is it gets the stored time, which never updates per each frame, and then it updates it right here, get time dot next runtime to the current time again. And then plus, you know, the interval. What is the interval? The interval is like, you know, the amount of seconds you want to wait in between. So it's a little confusing, but basically that's not a task.wait. And you can study it inside of the script if you're still confused. But let's take a look at the server connection pool. And this basically combines all the connects. The video is called Connections Are Bad. So this is basically combining 20 player added connections into one. Let's say you had 20 players. They all use the :connect because you just have one players.player added :connect. This combines it all into one connection pool. So I just completely got rid of every connect, and you can just see right now, :connect. And you know, right here, I only have player removing. And player removing is the only connection. I can even show you 1, 2, and 3. So that's the only connect I have. And the only reason I use the connect for the player removing is just to save the data, so there's no delays. And I showed you in another video, if you ever are interested, that you don't want to delay the player removing if you have a timely manner. So just use it for player removing, and that's pretty much it. But I could use it for player added. And player added is in another connection pool. Right on the bottom of the script, connection pool. And I just get, you know, attributes, and then I set it to true. So if it has the player, I set it to true. And this one has character, and I set it to true. I made a module that replaces the attribute system because attributes make physical properties into the workspace. So it's actually a little worse than using dictionaries. So if you are interested to not use attributes, do check out that video, instance key module. And that will replace every attribute that you have in your game. And it's good for dictionaries, which is, you know, this right here. This is a dictionary, the squiggly lines. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. The connection pool module script will be in the description. Peace out.